Hello, my name is Matt. I have Hashimoto's encephalitis and stiff person syndrome. I was born in a small town in Vermont and I had a beautiful wife, Kelly, and we raised our three beautiful daughters, Katrina, Kayleen, and Kariana. I was living the American dream and had it all, family, great friends, being part of the community, and being involved with my daughter's life. I was working as a wheelchair technician. Um, and when I got my first bout of spinal meningitis in 2008, I bounced back pretty quick from that one. And my life kept going on until 2010. I had another bout, and they called it spinal meningitis. That one, I didn't quite bounce back as quick. I really struggled at work. I couldn't organize paperwork. My brain was real foggy, stuff like that. So I decided to leave that job and go to a different job that didn't have that stuff. I worked there for a couple of years and I got let go. And then I had to, me and my wife decided to let me find myself, worry about my health, and fitness and stuff like that. That's when I found Bikram yoga, and it's just considered hot yoga now. And I was doing that 3 to 5 days a week. And some days, like a 60-day challenge, I'd go every day. I did that for like a year and a half, and that's when I really felt my best. My head was clear and all that stuff. Then I started massage school in 2012. And one of my teachers told us that we were talking about diseases and stuff, and she prayed that nobody would get an autoimmune disease in this class because it would change your life. And I didn't realize how true that statement was then, but it definitely changed my life. And during school too, we had to do sports massage. We had to volunteer at an event. And my year was the year at the Boston Marathon of the bombing. We were near the finish line. But we all made it out, thank God. And as I continued with school, one of the classmates got really sick, and somehow I got sick and I ended up back in the hospital. And this time they told me I had bacterial meningitis. And, they gave me the paperwork saying you should get everything together. You probably have 48 to 72 hours. I am thankful that they were wrong. And I never doubted that, I was always gonna get through that time. And then when I came back from that one, I really struggled. I could not finish school. And so me and my wife went to the White Mountains in May of 2013 to celebrate our anniversary. While we were there, it was the second day we were there. We walked down a spiral staircase. Instantly, I got vertigo. I didn't feel good. I was having a tough time that day. We finished out the day. I went to bed. And that was the last time I was ever normal. I couldn't really walk, talk, function. They got me out of the hotel, into the car, straight to the hospital we went. And they gave me, high dose steroids, all that stuff, got me through it. But we needed to find out different answers. And so in September of 2013, we finally got an appointment at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. That was a great experience, except for the first day I went there. I walking, talking, enjoying all the views, the pianos. And then on the fifth day, I was in a wheelchair again. I couldn't talk, really, even hold myself up. And that's when they admitted me back into the hospital there. And that's when I got diagnosed with the Hashimoto's, encephalitis, and stiff person syndrome. I was there for quite a while. They sent me back home, and they tell me when I came home that I was functioning as between like a 5 or a 6-year-old. And I had to, basically learn how to dress, eat, use utensils. I wasn't allowed to cook, take showers by myself or anything. And through a lot of physical therapy, occupational therapy, and finding a great neurologist to give me the treatments that I needed to sort of get back towards a path of recovery. And back then, my treatments were IV plasmapheresis 3 days a week for a year. I was also on high dose of oral steroids. Then after the year, they finally switched to the IVIG and my steroids even more. We did that for a while, and I kept going back in and out of the hospitals for treatment, for relapses. And one of my relapses, there was a new resident doctor who thought I was faking this, locked me up in a room with a video camera and, a bunch of EEG stuff, all wires hooked to me. And I spent a week there, and they were slowly taking me off my medicine, and I didn't realize this. And my wife was, thank God, talking to the nurses and becoming more friends with them. And the nurse told my wife what they were trying to do to me is take me off. And, because I was faking my disease, even though I got a diagnosis from the Mayo Clinic. So we got him kicked off, thank God. And that's when they decided to add Rituxan to my IV therapy. So then that was all from 2013 to 15. In 2015, we moved to South Carolina. I needed to be where there was more heat. I could be outdoors more, because when I was in Vermont, I looked out my window and I saw 3 houses, and that was my world. And that's what I thought everything was. But in Vermont, so back down in South Carolina, we were having a hard time finding a doctor, a neurologist down here. So we went to the MUSC. And again, they thought I was faking the whole thing. We went through 2 neurologists there. We tried to go to Johns Hopkins. And again, they wanted me to get off all my medications, get to a baseline, and start all over again. But I was feeling pretty good. I wasn't having quite as many relapses. I was only having 1 a year. So when we came down here, we found an alternative place to help me. We were trying different things. Photon Genius, which is where I found out that I was have Harlequin syndrome, because it's an infrared with multicolored lights that heats the body up from the core, and you're supposed to sweat out the toxins and help activate new cells. And only half my body was sweating, so we thought that was weird, so I had to stop that program. But then we were trying resonant therapy, which is a high voltage therapy, and that is to break down the toxins in your cells and to help regenerate cells back to normal. And then I was doing PMF, that's pulsating electromagnetic therapy. And I only got to 2 rounds of those because the magnetic pulse was inflaming my brain. So we did not go down to that route. Also, I was doing IV steroid, IVs there, which were, vitamin B's, high doses of vitamin C. And also we did ozone therapy. And that one was just to help bring oxygen. They take out your blood, give it an extra boost of oxygen, put it back in you through ultraviolet light, and boost your immunity system, and helps bring more oxygen to the blood flow to help with your brain clarity. That was working really well. But all these were out of pocket, and the prices kept going up, and so I eventually had to stop going there. But in September of 2017, I went to on a family trip. We went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I didn't realize altitude would get me pretty sick, but it was a blessing in disguise, because they called a house doctor or hotel doctor, and he came to visit me, and Dr. James, and he had to put me on oxygen, high doses of steroids, and sort of get me through the week to fly home. And in talking to him then, he said he could help me, but we're in South Carolina, he's out there. So a year later, we finally decided that we're going to reach back out to him. And made the trip back out to Jackson Hole. He person. And he wasn't really worried about helping me, fixing me, trying to keep me calm. He just wanted to change my quality of life to be a lot better. He's a doctor that doesn't read the books and say, oh, this is Hashimoto's, you got to follow these guidelines. He researches his own. Through different medication through him, I am doing extremely well. I ran my first 5K this year. I haven't been in the hospital in over a year. And that's kind of nice to be. And I always strive to be stronger and never look at the bad parts of this disease for me, and always look at the positive. I try to be stronger for other people so that they can say, oh, this is what Matt's going through. If he can do this, then, I can get through the flu or stuff like that. And it really helps. And I'm hoping to keep inspiring more people to just keep looking and being advocates for yourself with this kind of disease, because it's just never ending. And through him, I found out that I have more issues, because also we did genetic testing and a bunch of other blood work, and I found out that I have cerebellum atrophy, hypothyroidism, hypothyroidism, uh, maclonic seizures, ataxia. I have chronic fatigue, tendonitis, COPD. I have plantar fasciitis, and it's only in one foot on my right side, and everything seems to affect my right side. And yeah, thank you for letting me share my story.